All right, I think we have Kunle Solaja back with us now, international sports journalist, to comment on goings on at the Women's World Cup. Kunle, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Good
Uh,
afternoon.
Thanks for your time. Kunle, 3 out of 4 African qualifiers to the World Cup have gone through to the knockout round. That is quite impressive. And when you throw in Jamaica, the Reggae Girls, who are also in there, what's your assessment of this performance by the so-called lesser lights of women's football?
This is the most amazing Women World Cup we've ever had. And it's the first, it's an expanded competition, which means it will give the so-called minors opportunity to participate in a grand tournament like this. They have the propensity to perform extraordinarily beyond what you would have imagined. You could see a Moroccan team that lost by 6 goals to Germany in their opening match, now coming back to get into the round of 16, while their conquerors, their merciless conquerors, have been kicked out. And that's to tell you the magic that is in football, that you can know football matches are never predictable, and sometimes they may have their historical precedents, but you may not really rely on this. This is the first time we will have 3 African teams crossing the group stage of the Women's World Cup. I think Africa deserves a big applause for this.
The fascinating thing about these fixtures now is that all these African teams are facing their historical masters, quote and unquote. Nigeria will play
Yes,
England. France
England,
are
France
playing.
will play.
You are saying something?
France will, yes, I said I mean, it has its own historical and political undertones.
Yes.
We are playing against our colonial masters, England, and then you also have France playing against Morocco. And then you have Holland, which really dominated the lifestyle, the political landscape in South Africa because of the Dutch language and introduced the language called Afrikaans. They are now meeting South Africa again. So it is now the time for the African teams to really make a big sporting and political statement that once upon a time we were under you, but now the table has turned. It is the time for African teams to really prove that point. And as for the pictures of Nigeria and England, well, this is the first time the two teams will be meeting, but the second time in the World Cup. The first time they met was at the 1995 World Cup in Sweden, and that time it was a keenly contested match, and Nigeria narrowly lost by 3 goals to 2. But ever since, the 2 other matches with the Super Falcons, even in England, were won by Nigeria. Because I can recall that in 2002 in Norwich, Nigeria beat England 1-0. 2 years later in Reading in UK, Nigeria beat them again 3-0. So if we have done it before, on Monday, the Super Falcons should prove that they can do it again. And if they are able to do that, that will be marvelous.
Let me leave you with the final question. 3 out of 4 made it to the knockout round. Of the remaining 3, how many of them do you think will make it to the quarterfinals?
At least I expect 2, if not all the 3. I expect Nigeria to advance, despite the pedigree of England now as one of the top-ranked teams in women's football. We have seen what has happened. We've seen the gap between Nigeria and Australia in the ranking, and we saw the result. We've seen the disparity in the ranking between Morocco and South Korea, and we saw. I mean, we all know that. We all now know that Morocco were able to advance, and the same thing the South Africans. So they have done it before. The ranking have now been thrown to the dustbin. So I can see either 2, if not the 3 of them advancing.
Very much, Kunle Solaja, for your time. International sports journalist Kunle Solaja joining us on Afrosport now.